What is up, everybody? Joe here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can scale your SMA 10 times as quick as the competition, and this video is made for ambitious, right? If you're not ambitious, you shouldn't be watching this video. I scaled my agency this year to 40 grand a month in 4 months of the brand new agency. It took a year of learning before I scaled this agency, and now I want to make these videos for you to shortcut the progress in your agency, scale it as quick as you can. And there's one fallacy I'm seeing thrown around all the time now in business. It's really making me mad. So this video is going to be a bit of a rant, and hopefully you can take and derive lessons from this for yourself and scale very, very quick. The one equation in my business I used to scale it is a formula that goes like this. More, better, new. Joe, what does that mean? You need volume. The one tip I can give you in terms of scaling your business. And people have this fallacy now where I need to be perfect right away, right? I need to literally, off the bat, make the best cold calls as possible, the best X thing as possible, best ads, the best content. But you don't realize that it takes volume to know what is good. What makes the best cold call? What makes the best ads? You have no idea as a beginner agency owner. So you need volume. Right? I learned this from Alex Ramosi. More, better, new. More, the first thing you need to do, no matter what you're doing, a DM system, cold calls, whatever, any cold outreach, any ads, any content. You need to do a lot of it because you need to know what makes that thing good in itself. Because you do a lot of it and then you determine that guy didn't like when I said this. This guy didn't like when I said this. Then you go, every time I'm saying it this way, I'm getting this response out of them. And you always see these videos on the internet, including myself. I post one and go, it's like how I work 3-4 hours a day in my business. I don't want you to have the expectation off the bat that you're going to be like that. Because you're not. You need pure volume, and that's why so many business owners fail. Because they don't want to do the volume. They don't want to put in the work it takes to actually scale that system. So let me quickly emphasize the more part of that equation first, and I'll get to the other parts in a second. There's a pottery example where two groups, I think it's college students or university students, are asked two different things. They have the same amount of time, and the people say to this one group, they go like, I want you to literally create as many bowls as possible. What do you call those things? Whatever, the pots. I want to create as many pots as possible in 1 hour, right? Just literally speed through them. Like, just make as many as possible. The other group, they say, make one pot, but make it the best you can. Like, literally spend all your time in that one pot. So you would think, like I did when I first heard this, that you would think that one pot group would be the best group. It wasn't. It was the people that made 100 pots in 60 minutes. They just didn't care. They just do as many as possible. That did the best, and they made the best looking pots. So that quickly just debunks the theory that you need to literally spend all day literally crafting that one message and then sending it. Only send 50. Like, you just need to work on the message, right? You just need to craft a message as like to offer the best as you can. When the people that brute force it, the people that go, I'm going to send those 300 cold calls. I don't care if there's shit to start. We just need to do those 300 cold calls. They're the best. They do the best, right? So you need to stop overthinking these things and just do the volume, right? So the equation is more, better, new. What does better mean? Again, once you did that volume, once you did those 300 cold calls a day for 4 weeks, you then know what makes a good cold call. After those DMs, you know what makes a good DM. You know what makes a good cold email. Then you do better, right? You now know what is actually better. Then after you do the better, I always stick in the better for a while, guys. Like, I'm always like, once we have something that works, let's like literally crush that. Let's literally do that as long as we can. And again, the theory of entropy is literally like you're going to do something a while, and the market's going to change. Something's going to change. If you stick with the same thing, if you're not evolving in your business, you're going to like literally smash the ground. So then we need to come up with something new, right? And usually this is going to be involving some form of split test, right? You're going to do 100 cold calls with that better script and comparing it with the new script, just seeing and comparing everything to see what's better. So you're going to come up with new scripts, and then you're going to do more again, and then you're going to do better again, and then you're going to do new again. And this is why you see companies that are kind of like just linear, where it's just straight up, like a graphical straight up, versus exponential companies, right? They just go like that. Because they follow that formula, more, better, new. And the next equation I want to tell you about is volume, what we just talked about, more, times leverage equals output. So if you don't know what leverage is, I've talked about this in the last few videos, but leverage is what you get out for what you put in. Because there's some things that are worth more in terms of the work that you put in than others, right? So as an example, some opportunities are different. Why do people, as an example, Warren Buffett just makes one decision. like every 10 years, right? And he's just a multi-billionaire, like billions and billions and billions of dollars. Versus the person that works a restaurant job for 12 hours a day and they make minimum wage. Well, why is that? Again, there's a bunch of factors there, but one has a lot of leverage, right? They put in one thing, they make one decision, they put in that money with capital as a form of leverage with that, and they get billions of dollars out of it. And that's because they know how to use the time and have the decision-making skills to go, I'm going to work on this thing. The next thing I'm going to show you is the pyramid of leverage by Naval. So I'm going to put it on screen like right here or something like that so you can see it, but I'll actually explain it while it's on screen. The bottom of the pyramid is labor, and labor is hiring people. Labor is, again, building a team of cold callers, all the good stuff, right? And this is fantastic because, again, you're multiplying your inputs. You made the SOP for the cold caller, and you onboard them, and then they call for you all the time. And all you did is make that higher, and you're just managing them. It's a good form of leverage because you're multiplying the inputs, right? You're multiplying the inputs to get the outputs. Next form of leverage is capital. So that's the Warren Buffetts of the world, right? You invest in companies, and the companies earn while you're sleeping. That's a form of leverage because you make one decision, and then you're invested. The company works on its own, right? The last two forms of leverage, where I think they're equal in the top, is code and capital. So you need to leverage code and capital literally in your business as possible, right? For an SMA, as an example, you're not going to use that much content. Like, I've seen agencies acquire clients with content, but there's not many of them, if I'm going to be honest. Not many people are able to crack it, and the biggest people in the world with agencies aren't really cracking the code in terms of content to acquire agency clients. It's just kind of unknown. That's why I like code. Code is fantastic. So kind of automations like Zapier and Go High Level is going to be your best bet in terms of that stuff, because you can automate the hell out of the business. You create one line of code and it prints money for you infinitely, right? So as an example, for my onboarding process for my agency, it's completely automated. Everything for my service delivery is automated because I know I can automate the hell out of service delivery for my agency. As an example, I create one Zapier automation. Every time a client gets onboarded into the agency, it goes through Zapier automation. All done. Right? So that's what I want you to learn from this. There's different forms of leverage, and that's why people get maximum returns. Right? They'll work 2 hours a day on something, but then that will get them returns forever. But again, just how I can connect these ideas for you here. They don't know that's going to get them returns without doing the volume first. Warren Buffett will not know how to make investing decisions without going through a lot of investments and looking at other people's investments all the time. You won't know how to make good cold calling. You won't know how to do cold email. You won't know how to make good content. As an example, my content system with my YouTube channel, I don't know how to make good content. Literally, even right now, I've only been doing this for 4 months. I have a lot of ignorance debt to pay down with myself. I make these videos consistently 2-3 times a week for me to get better at making content, right? Because better, I don't know what's better until I do, again, more, better, new. I'm at the more stage. I need to get better and better and better and better. I might make better content than other people right now. I don't know. Like, you guys are telling me that's perfect. But really, I have to do a lot more of it to get even better. You do more, and then you do better, and then you can automate the better. You can leverage the better. And as soon as you have something that works, you can beat the hell out of it. You can leverage it. Volume x leverage equals output. Right? So if you have volume, couple it with leverage, you can multiply that volume with labor, code, etc. Then that's your output equation. That's how much you're getting out. So I want you really, the premise of this whole video is like just a rant. I want you to do as much as possible. You might say 200 cold calls. I say 300 because you probably suck. The person who, as an example, they're at the better stage right now. A lot of agencies are at the better stage right now. They've done this for a while, right? So what you have to do, they might do 200 cold calls a day. But you, as a beginner, you probably aren't good yet. That's why you do more. And you need to get to the better stage. So the person might be doing 200. You need to do 300 to make up for the skill deficiency. Really. You need to outperform them in terms of volume to actually get maximal returns. You can only compete with them by you doing more. You look at these companies like big real estate agencies, I won't give names, but anything in your niche that's massive, they've cracked the more. They're on to the better. And then they use leverage to multiply. That's how they're making a shit ton of money. That's how they're acquiring a shit ton of clients. You're at the more stage right now. It is the time for you to sit down at your laptop and do the more. You need to do a lot more than everybody else. I'm repeating myself because I need to drill this into you. So anything that you're doing, you should probably 2x it, right? Like, I'm doing 50 cold calls a day. Not enough. Not enough. 300. Joe, oh my God, it takes me 4 hours a day. So be it. You won't succeed. Truly. And I'm not just trying to insult you. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to motivate you. I'm trying to go, hey, Joe, you woke me up from this video. Hey, Joe, I need you more. Guys, I was working at my restaurant job, and I would cold call 3 hours a day before that. That was my life for 6 months when I was building my agency. I had to get those cold calls in because I knew I sucked. But when I sucked for a while, I then could train and use labor through leverage to multiply those inputs and create a cold calling team because I was good at it from those 3 hours a day before my job. And you might go, I don't want to work more than 6 hours a day. You do, because if you don't, you're going to not succeed, and that's not good. And I want you to succeed. So put the volume in and text me if you have any questions about this stuff, guys. Like, genuinely, DMs are open. I can help you. But I want you to put the volume in. That's the number one takeaway. And that's going to be your best bet in terms of scaling your agency. It's going to be more, better, new, right? You can do a lot. You're going to find what works. Do more of the better as well. And then you can try new things. You can split test new scripts. You can split test new ads, etc. But really, that's the premise, the whole thing. And that's just, I see so many guys, I did 200 cold calls for a week and I'm going to quit now. No, persist. Persist. Because it's the people that succeed are willing to do the hard shit for a long period of time. And that's why people don't succeed, because they don't want to do that. And you, if you watch this video, you're not going to quit, because now you know you have to do the volume. And you're going to do a lot of the volume, and you will find out a thing that works. It just takes the volume to get there. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I have all my scripts I use for all my agency in the free resource in the description. It's literally a free community. There's nothing like that, nothing to buy. Join that group. I also do onboarding calls now with everybody who joins with myself or 20 grand a month coach. So you can join there if you want to talk to one of us, get a personal roadmap for your agency. And if you enjoyed, subscribe and like. That'd be amazing. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.